So welcome back guys, and in today's video we're gonna do this third person health bar effect that you usually see in third person games or in RPG games, and we're gonna do it fast in HitFilm Express 14. So let's get into it. So we're here in HitFilm Express 14. So I have here my raw footage, but before making a composite shot for that, let's make a separate composite shot, naming it into health bar. Health bar. Okay, so we have an empty composite shot. Let's add a plane layer. Call this into, let's rename that to border, and okay. Okay, so let's make a mask by double clicking this rectangle mask, and let's just unlink the scale, change the y-axis into that. Okay, and let's make another let's duplicate that mask, change the lower one into subtract, and go to shape and go to negative 32. Okay, negative 32, or we could go negative 32. So there's our border. Let's duplicate this one, change the bottom one, and delete the subtract, and go to fill color. Nice, you have fill color. Change that color into green so that it would represent the health bar, and there you go. It's as simple as it could be. So as you can see, we have no animation for that, so let's animate. So go to the lower border and go to transform, change the anchor point into where it should start. So the anchor point would be our basis, so hopefully the center is at the left side or right side. Mostly left side, yeah, left side. And there you go. So now if you scale it down, it would go to the left side. If you change the position, if you change the position, it would go down if you want, and there you go. So there's two ways you could do this. First is unlinking the scale, and you could just deplete the health bar, or you could also move the position. So I think the easier way is through scaling. Although position or scale, it doesn't matter anyway, it's outside of the screen, which if you transfer it to another composite shot, it won't be visible. But just to be safe, here's the scale. So let's animate it. So in the first part, I don't want this to move, so let's just, so this is I have two keyframes that are exactly the same. I did that by going forward and then pressing this one. So let's go a little bit forward, and let's say you want an instantaneous drop. So when we play, it would be instantaneous because it's near. Let's close that. Because it's near, we could make it faster. It's near, and it's, so there you go. So let's say I would want a new frame, a new keyframe, and I want this one to be a little more slower. So let's say I would decrease that, and when we play, it would be a slow but steady drop. So let's say we have that. Let's say we decrease that a little bit more, add another keyframe, and we're just going to leave that small HP. So there you go, an instantaneous drop and a slow drop. So instantaneous, slow drop, and an instantaneous, somewhat almost dead health bar. So the next thing we're gonna need is we're gonna need our raw footage and turn it into a composite shot, and there you go. So we could drag in the health bar put it on top, scale it down. I'm gonna press shift. Okay, so I think that's the best one. So we could actually change the blend mode if we want, but let's say I would want it this way first. So let's add a point layer, and let's go to tracks, and let's track this. The reason is so that we don't have to animate the position. We just need the location of we just need a keyframe. So let's say I would want this one. Okay, so let's go with that. We could go this one. So okay, outside, I'm sorry. And there you go. So let's animate. The reason why I use a backpack is because the ear, I tried using the ears earlier when I was trying this out, and the ears are sometimes not showing up. The tracker has a hard time, so I think this one is better. It's high, it's always in the shot, it's high in contrast, so it's much easier. Although the problem is it's a bit too far from the head, but I hope it would be okay, and if so, we could just correct it. And there you go. That's a nice track. You could also use double point if you have two different location, but single point for this example would be nice. And I'm just going to go to new point and apply that. Go to the viewer panel, and there you go. Oh wait, I forgot to parent it to the new point so that it would follow. So as you can see, it would follow. So for example, that's too far. We could also do this. Go to transform, keyframe the position. Okay, we could just change some areas. For example, I think majority is okay, but there are parts that it's like flying off, like too far, I guess. So there you go. Just change that a bit, and there you go. So you could actually change the scale also. So there you go. It's that simple. So let's recap the two things that the things that are involved here is animating by animating in HitFilm Express 14 in the composite part, and by tracking it onto the person. So let's say you want something, you want a pizzazz, something to improve this. So go to the lowest portion, make that into red, and let's just say that you want there's an echo, so you could just change that there, and there you go. So you could just change that a few frames. Let's say you want it that way, so that it would have something special in it, so that it would look like this in the end, and there you go. So let's say another problem is the what do you call this, the blend mode. So go to controls, go to layer properties, and let's just change that to add or overlay. This actually depends on your shot and on how you want it. So overlay is actually good, and if you want to add something like, for example, you would want to add an XP bar. So XP bars are usually blue. Let's add this one, change the scale to this one, change the position, Okay, so there's a portion that's, so there you go. Let's say you have that. Oh, wait, I forgot, I turned on the keyframe earlier, so let's just shrink that, move a bit down, and there you go. So you have an XP. So let's say walking gives you XP. Let's just scale this up, and there you go. You have an XP and an HP. So we could move this a bit forward, and it's starting to rain in here, so I think we could end that here. Hope you learned something. This is the a tutorial that is real fun to do. I could do more animation styles, animation tutorial for HitFilm Express. If you like those, comment down below, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!